Nancy Grace every night at 8 Eastern.
HLN News and Views.
Joining me right now from Japan, Anderson Cooper. We've managed to get in touch with him and to get that connection. Anderson, we've been watching you every night and not only praying for the people of Japan, but praying that you'll come back home safely. Anderson, tell us, what do you know tonight? What do you see? What's happening?
Well, you know, obviously there's kind of two disasters, basically, if you want to frame it like that. I mean, you have this nuclear catastrophe, which the U.S. government has now come out today saying it's actually worse than Japanese officials have been saying. Probably not a great surprise given the history of lack of transparency. The Japanese government, all the information from the nuclear plant right now is coming from this private company which runs the plant, and they're giving the information to the Japanese government, who's kind of being very vague and in their public statements. So that's extraordinarily frustrating. And then you have the search and rescue operations and trying to deal with the aftermath of the tsunami and helping the hundreds of thousands of people who are now homeless, maybe 500,000 people, 450,000 people at last count. Both very different situations, but incredibly difficult challenges with each of them. You just heard from Gary. The thing you got to understand, Nancy, in searching for missing people, and there's some more than 8,000 people, I believe was the last count I saw, still missing and unaccounted for. In searching for them, this isn't like Katrina. This isn't like Haiti, where there was an earthquake, a building collapsed, and you kind of know where to look for somebody. Remember, this tsunami is the thing that did most of the damage, and it carried people, in some cases, for miles, filled with debris. So people who may have lived in one neighborhood, they may be found 5 miles away, and they may be buried under a debris field that's 15 to 20 feet thick and tall. So I've walked in these debris fields. You have no idea what you're walking on. I found myself on the top of an upturned car, and that's where I was standing on, and there were things even underneath that. So in order to find the bodies of people, and frankly, that's what they're looking for right now. I mean, the chance of somebody surviving in the rubble at this point, given the freezing cold temperatures, and remember, these are people who, again, it's not just like a building fell and they found an air pocket. These are people, by and large, who were picked up by fast-moving tsunami waters and carried great distances in with all this debris. So it is a very grim task, and at this point, a lot of the Japanese government efforts, besides being on the nuclear issue, are less on trying to find survivors and more about trying to help those survivors who are already there and in the shelters and are lacking food and water.